Will Bryce Huff get cut? Is the signing of Michael Clemons the end of the line for Bryce Huff? Well, it's hard to say. First thing you have to remember is we haven't even started real camp yet, and injuries occur. Will Vin Curry even be able to play? Do we know he's going to be able to do it? Do we know he's not going to retire a week into it and say, I'm done? I'm not trying to say he can't. I'm not doubtful or doubting him. I'm just making a point that we don't know what's going to happen during the month of July and during the month of August. There's no way to know for sure. So the other thing is trade. And maybe it's not Bryce Huff. Maybe we trade someone else because we like Bryce Huff's age, his youth and potential. So yes, right now it looks ugly when you look at the roster. When you consider we just signed Michael Clemons, we're not going to cut him, right? That's not going to happen. So you talk about Jacob Martin, you talk about Carl Lawson, you talk about JJ. There's a lot of edges we're talking about. It's adding up. So you think to yourself, who's going to go? And when you go through our roster and you do try to break it down to 53 people, it is not easy. But I want to point out how awesome that feels. I mean, as painful as it is to know that we're going to have to let go or cut players that we like and think are good and watch them go to other teams, you also have to remember, wow, because these are all players that would have easily made our team and even started a year ago or in 2020. Look how far we've come. We've come to the point where we don't know if we can hold on to a player like Bryce Huff, who actually shows some potential. Now, I don't think, no matter what Twitter says out there and people say, that Bryce Huff is going to get us a mid-round pick, although Joe Douglas seems to be a miracle worker. But if he was traded, it's good luck to him and move on, and we can't worry about it. Again, we don't know that we're going to have to let him go. We don't know that we're not going to be able to find room for him because injuries occur, things occur, people retire suddenly in camp. And we have some veterans, you never know who could. So I think that we should be, instead of angry and arguing over who gets cut, we should first of all appreciate that we're even in a position to have the kind of roster that we have to think about it. And we shouldn't let it overshadow the fact that we signed Michael Clemons, meaning we must have liked what we saw from him in camp. It backed up what they saw from him on film. He had a great presser. We all saw it. Got us very excited that he could be an enforcer for the team. The question is, does he have the talent? Now, some people originally questioned, does he have the talent to even make the team? It's very rare you see a fourth-round selection get cut, especially after signing them, in their first camp. A lot of times teams will not give in or just wave the white flag that quickly on a player. They give them time to develop because there are some things they believe and see in that player. So I don't see any chance that Michael Clemons could get cut. He's going to make the team. Now, there is a certain amount of players on the practice roster you can protect. The issue with that is you can only protect the same player for a certain amount of time. So they could play around and juggle that with the defensive linemen. They could juggle them around and move people to the practice squad. I don't think they're going to play that way. I think they're going to figure it out. It's not as easy as why can't we keep all of them? Because understand, if we keep all of them, then we might have to keep, 3 safeties? Or cut a cornerback we don't want to cut. It's very simple. You do the math. We only can keep 53 rostered players. And we are in the fortunate position of being a team now that has so much talent, or enough talent, that we have a lot of tough decisions to make. And anyone who argues or throws Bryce stats at me and say he's overrated, he's not that good, there's a lot of teams that are going to jump all over a player like that. Remember, he's 24 in a vital position. The edge is a vital position. And that's why I wouldn't be super shocked. It wouldn't be crazy or insane if you see a guy like Vin Curry get cut instead of Bryce Huff. Now, I know they love him, the coaching staff, but the argument could be made is, do you go with youth? Do you go with the future? You can't. I mean, even if Vin Curry was to give us one good year, what if Huff goes on to have a really great career, and gives another 6 good quality years to a team? I think we would regret that move. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Somebody's got to go. We can't hold on to all these defensive linemen. So there's going to be a lot of talk over the roster over the next 5 weeks, which was better than talking about things like linebacker punches his quarterback in the jaw and breaks his jaw. Head coach looks like he's on some kind of crazy drug because his eyes can't stop rolling around in circles. I mean, it's better to be talking about these kind of things, and we will be. So give your opinion in the comments. I would love to see who you think is going to make the 53-man roster, specifically on the defensive line. How many people will they keep? How many players will stay and remain and be on our defensive line at the start of the season, and who will they be? Go for it. Fill up that comment section. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you want more content like this, just hit the button over here. I believe it's right here. It's a circle. Looks like Mr. Clean. And you can watch another video right here. Thanks, Jet fans, and have an amazing weekend.